Hey, what's up you guys, and welcome back to MVR. Today I have a few news stories as well as a cool game announcement that I hope will be of interest to y'all. If not, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below and I will be sure to take it into consideration. So without further ado, let's jump in. Texas-based VR company Virtuix is back in the news with a new at-home VR treadmill it hopes to jumpstart with the help of community-sourced investment. The Virtuix Omni One is a consumer version of the commercial Omni the company sells to location-based VR entertainment establishments. With the Omni One package, Virtuix says it will include a standalone VR headset, which, going by the promo material, is a Pico Neo 2. The fact that the package ships with a standalone VR headset does not mean, however, that you cannot just hook it up to your PC and use it with your own headset instead. While it's uncertain precisely which standalone headset will ship with the Omni One, the company will be promoting their own app store with games that are guaranteed to support the VR treadmill. The catch, however, is an obligatory monthly subscription called Omni Online for online play, similar to existing services like Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. Unlike most crowdfunding campaigns, which typically work as pre-orders, Virtuix is setting up the crowdfunding in the form of an investment round, where users can choose to invest money in the privately held company to receive a discount of 20% when buying the treadmill itself. The investment round offers two options of choosing for a complete consumer package priced at $1,995 and a developer kit that will ship without the headset and will lack access to the online game store for $995. Virtuix says Omni One is slated to release sometime in Q2 of 2021 if all development goes according to plan. The company hopes to offer some resistance to its China-based competitor Catwalk VR and says that its early bird investor strategy has worked well so far already, raising over half its minimum goal of $1 million. If the treadmill has got you interested, links will be down below in the description. A new technology has been developed by Command Sight Incorporated to provide military working dogs with augmented reality goggles and probably creating a new meme format in the process. Military dogs are currently used in the field to assist with difficult tasks in hard-to-reach locations, such as search and rescue and detection operations. Right now, military dogs are commonly directed by their handlers using hand signals or laser pointers, which require the handler to be within sight of the dog, which could be an issue because of safety or accessibility. In order to address this issue and increase the number of situations that working dogs can assist in, Command Sight proposes the use of augmented reality goggles. The new augmented reality goggles are specially designed to fit each dog with a visual indicator that allows the dog to be directed to a specific spot and react to the visual cue in the goggles. The handler can see everything the dog sees to provide it commands through the glasses. This is a vast improvement over the current situation where working dogs are often outfitted with a radio and strapped with a camera on their back, which can often create a confusing situation for both the handler and the dog. Now, while this tech is designed with military usage in mind, perhaps someday in the future we can actually take man's best friend into VR with us on our grand adventures. A man can hope, right? Facebook is back in the news in a less favorable manner. Now, when Facebook announced earlier this year that it would be integrating Oculus more tightly with itself and that it would start requiring Facebook accounts to use the devices going forward, the response was less than stellar. And perhaps rightfully so. Many people who buy a VR headset are likely doing so in order to play video games or watch media in VR, not to join a social network site. Many other YouTubers bemoaned this decision at great length and explained a lot of possible problems, least of which is your entire VR library being lost when Facebook decides your social media is in violation of their terms of service. German courts have already decided to launch an investigation against Facebook for this exact reason, and as a result, it is currently impossible to buy an Oculus device in Germany at all, unless Facebook rolls back its decision or the investigation concludes that Facebook is not in violation of current law. So before I continue this story, I need to highlight that I'm not a legal expert and that the next part contains some speculation on my end. With that out of the way, let's look at what's happening. The House Judiciary Subcommittee on Antitrust, which is a US-based committee that determines if companies are acting in anti-competitive ways, determined Facebook wields monopoly powers in social network, and it has maintained its position by acquiring, copying, or killing its competitors, according to a report released by the group last Tuesday. The report itself also concerns several other major tech companies, and goes on to say that Congress should consider any acquisition by big tech companies to be anti-competitive unless the companies can prove that the merger would be in the public's benefit and that such benefits could not be achieved in any other way. When talking about Facebook specifically, the report states, Facebook's monopoly power is firmly entrenched and is unlikely to be eroded by competitive pressure from new entrants or existing firms. According to the committee, Facebook is entrenched as a monopoly due to its strong network effects, high switching costs for users, and the company's significant data advantage. Now, the report is talking about Facebook's acquisition of Instagram and WhatsApp in particular. One such exchange between Zuckerberg and Instagram co-founder Kevin Systrom illustrated threatening language towards competitors. Refusing to enter into a partnership with Facebook, including an acquisition, would have consequences for Instagram.
Hey, nice house! I said, nice house. You live there? Little girl's having a birthday, huh? Yes. Nice to have a family. Yes, it is. Man should take care. See that nothing happens to you.
The report also cited Facebook's advantage in being able to collect data from its massive user base, which is larger than any social networking competitors. Facebook's data advantage is thus compounded over time, cementing Facebook's market position and making it even more difficult for new platforms to provide a competitive user experience, the report said. The report recommends that Congress review a series of potential remedies. This includes structural separation, which could require divestitude and separate ownership of each business. So to bring it back a bit, the committee has decided that Facebook is showing signs of anti-competitive behavior, and it's disrupting a fair market by buying out competition before it can become a threat in any shape or form. It then goes on to recommend that Congress take a good look at finding appropriate actions to take against Facebook, of which one such action is structural separation, essentially making Facebook split off certain services that it has absorbed over time. Now, this is where my speculation comes in. If Congress indeed agrees with the conclusion and decides to take this specific action against Facebook, it might mean that it will build a strong precedent to also unwind the tight integration between Facebook and Oculus, especially when you pair that with the already ongoing investigation in Germany. But maybe that's just wishful thinking. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about this matter and whether or not this is a good thing. Let me know in the comments down below. Concluding today's episode with our final story, more in line with Spooktober, the announcement of Blair Witch for VR. Blair Witch is a psychological horror game that has been available on console and PC for over a year now, but is seeing some interesting updates coming its way. The developer, Bloober Team, and Lionsgate say they're bringing a special edition of the game to Oculus Quest this month in time for Halloween. The developers say that the game was designed with Oculus Quest 2 in mind, which includes the use of higher resolution and better quality textures. The VR version is also slated to include a new control system and mechanics for your companion dog, such as petting and fetching gestures. Whether or not this means that the game will run on Quest 1 is a question that remains unanswered. Seeing as VR is one of the best mediums to experience the full effect of the horror genre so far, I'm highly looking forward to playing this for Halloween. If you're not a fan of the Oculus ecosystem or simply do not have the required headset to play this game, do not despair. The developers say Blair Witch is also planned to release on additional VR platforms in the coming months. So that's all of the stories I have for today. I know the Facebook story is a bit long-winded and contains some heavy speculation on my part, but I do believe it's something you guys might find interesting. If you liked today's video, please leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, then a thumbs down will do it too. That way I can at least tell if it's worth the time and effort into sharing some of these news items with you. If there are other topics that you feel should be covered, then feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be sure to look into it. Until then, I'm wishing all of you an awesome day, and I hope to be seeing you guys next time.